Welcome back. All right, we got 11 games on Saturday in the National Hockey League. Should be kind of fun to watch. It's going to be all day. But again, 11 games for a Saturday. That's not as heavy as some of the weeknights that I've been dealing with. So, 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, we have two games starting then, beginning with the Jets and the New York Islanders. Winnipeg won this matchup January 16th by a score of 4-2. The Jets are 44-20-5 overall. They're 6-4 over their last 10 games. They sit 2 points behind Dallas and Colorado. They're 7 points ahead of Nashville, which sounds like a lot. But the way Nashville's playing, it's not. Morrissey, the leading scorer for Winnipeg over the last month, 15 games, 1 goal, 18 assists, 19 points. For Toffoli, in Winnipeg, he's played 6 games, 4 goals, 2 assists, 6 points. On the Islanders side, they're 5 points out of the playoffs. They need to start winning. They're 29, 25, and 15 overall. They're 4-5-1 over their last 10. Nelson's their leading scorer over the last month. 13 games, 5 goals, 9 assists, 14 points. Lee, 13 games, 3 goals, 5 assists, 8 points. I've talked a lot about Lee and his scoring struggles. He needs to get over that in this game, too. They really need to win this. 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. The Boston Bruins and the Philadelphia Flyers. Boston going for a sweep. They've scored 6 goals in the first 2 games. Can they score 6 in this one as well? January 27th, it's a 6-2 win for Boston. March 16th, a 6-5 win in a sloppy game for Boston. Boston 41-15-15 overall. They're 6-3-1 in their last 10. Pastrnak, their leading scorer over the last month, 13 games, 8 goals, 9 assists, 17 points. Johnny Beecher, 4 games, 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 points. I like Johnny Beecher, of course. They sit 3 points ahead of Florida, do Boston. So in the event that Florida loses in New York and Boston wins in Philly, they start separating themselves. Philadelphia 35-26-9 overall, 4-4-2 over their last 10. They only sit 2 points ahead of the Caps, who won tonight. Tippett, their leading scorer over the last month, 13 games, 4 goals, 7 assists, 11 points. Konechny's only played 7 of those games. He's got 1 goal, 4 assists, 5 points. Remembering he has come back from injury, so makes sense that maybe it takes a while to get things going goal-scoring wise, but they need a goal or 2 from him tomorrow. 2 o'clock Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, the St. Louis Blues and the Minnesota Wild renew their rivalry. St. Louis has won 2 of the first 3. These are teams that are both trying to catch Vegas. November 28th, Minnesota won 3-1. March the 2nd, St. Louis won 3-1. And March 16th, just a few days back, or like a week back, 3-2 shootout victory for St. Louis. The Blues are 37-30-3. They are 4 points back of a playoff spot. They're only 1 point clear of Minnesota. They're 6-4 over their last 10. Brandon Saad's their leading scorer over the last month. 14 games, 5 goals, 5 assists, 10 points. For Buchnevich, it's been a tough month. 14 games, 2 goals, 5 assists, 7 points for Buchnevich. We know he can score at a higher rate than that. On the Minnesota side, they're 34-28-8. They're 6-2-2 over their last 10. And as I mentioned, they're only 1 point back of St. Louis. They're 5 points out of the playoffs. Kaprizov in 14 games over the last month, 12 goals, 6 assists, 18 points. Zuccarello in 13 games, 1 goal, 9 assists, 10 points, so they could use a goal from him. And then 3 hours later at 5 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock Pacific. So I'll be able to review these 3 games first, and then the rest will be a review of their own after that. So we have Detroit and Nashville. December 29th, Detroit won this matchup in overtime 5-4. Things have changed since December 29th for Nashville and for Detroit. Detroit's 36-28-6. They're 3-7 over their last 10, but they had a really good game their last time out. We'll see how it goes. They're 1 point ahead of Washington. Patrick Kane, their leading scorer over the last month, 14 games, 6 goals, 9 assists, 15 points. For Larkin, he's played 6 of those games, 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points. He was a huge spark plug for this team. Got him firing in just really, really well in their last game. Nashville 41-25-4 overall. They're 8-0-2 in their last 10. They have a 16-game point streak going. They are 5 points ahead of Vegas in that first wildcard spot. Forsberg, the leading scorer over the last month, 13 games, 12 goals, 10 assists, 22 points. Sissons, no goals in the last 13 games, but 5 assists. So Sissons is due for a goal. And then we jump ahead to 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. We've only got 2 games starting then. There's actually more late starts than early starts. So it's Ottawa and New Jersey. New Jersey won the first matchup 6-2 on December 29th. These teams will meet again on April the 6th. For the Ottawa Senators, they're 28-36-4 overall. They're 3-6-1 in their last 10. Brady Tkachuk, their leading scorer over the last month, 13 games, 6 goals, 5 assists, 11 points. Stützle, he's been frustrated, but it feels like he's starting to get the scoring back together. 13 games, 3 goals, 8 assists, 11 points for him. For New Jersey, and I'm wearing the Devils because they're 6 points back of a playoff spot, so they're still technically in this. They're 34-32-4. They're 4-6 in their last 10. They've got to win this game tomorrow. Meyer, their leading scorer over the last month, 14 games, 12 goals, 7 assists, 19 points. Took a while for Timo Meyer to get going, but is he ever going? Eric Halla, they need him going. 14 games, 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points for him over the last month. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start between the Oilers and the Toronto Maple Leafs on January 16th. Edmonton won this matchup 4-2. The Oilers are 42-21-4 overall. They're 7-1-2 in their last 10. They are playing very, very well. They are 5 points clear of LA in second place in the division. McDavid, the leading scorer over the last month, because of course he is, 14 games, 5 goals, 22 assists, 27 points. Troy Stetcher's played 3 games as an Oiler thus far, 1 assist. He's been a plus as well, so there you go. Toronto, 39-20-9. They're 6-3-1. In their last 10, they're 5 points ahead of Tampa Bay. So they don't really have to worry about dropping into a wild card spot at this point. Nylander, their leading scorer over the last month, 12 games, 7 goals, 9 assists, 16 points. Edmondson has yet to record a point in 5 games as a Maple Leaf, and we'll see if Zach Hyman reaches 50 goals against his former team tomorrow. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific start between the Florida Panthers and the New York Rangers. Florida's won the first 2 meetings, so they're trying to get the sweep here. December 29th, it was a 4-3 win. March the 4th, a 4-2 win. So Florida's 45-20-4. They're 6-4 over their last 10. That's not a very Florida-like number. Reinhart, their leading scorer over the last month, 12 games, 9 goals, 3 assists, 12 points. Sam Bennett's been prominent, but not scoring a lot. 11 games, 3 goals, 3 assists, 6 points. Florida sits 7 points ahead of Toronto in second place in the division. The Rangers, 46-20-4 overall. They're 6-3-1 over their last 10. Artemi Panarin, 13 games, 9 goals, 10 assists, 19 points, has been their leading scorer over the last month. Kakko, 3 goals in 13 games over that time. I will continue to put Kakko's name on the board occasionally, just seeing, is he scoring at a really good rate? No? Well, we'll come back and visit it again later. Calgary and Vancouver will visit one another on Hockey Night in Canada. That starts at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, and these teams really don't like each other. That's something that's been the case since I started watching them, and of course that would have been the first year that they were in Calgary after leaving Atlanta. So November 16th, Calgary wins this matchup 5-2. On December 2nd, Vancouver wins 4-3. These teams will meet again April the 16th. So they're not done with each other. Calgary 33-30-5. They're 5-5 over their last 10. They're 10 points out of the playoffs. They're not really in the hunt for the playoffs, but they get a chance to make Vancouver miserable, and they like doing that. So Sharon Govich, the leading scorer for them over the last month, 11 games, 8 goals, 4 assists, 12 points. He's been fantastic. Kuzmenko, coming into Vancouver, we'll see how he does. 7 games, 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points. He's also been a -5. Kuzmenko's still trying to find his spot there. On the Vancouver side, they're 44-18-8. They're 6-2-2 over their last 10. They sit 8 points ahead of Edmonton, atop the division. JT Miller, 11 games, 4 goals, 9 assists, 13 points. He's their leading scorer over the last month. Zadorov, former Flame, 11 games, 3 goals, 3 assists, 6 points, and coming off of a 2-goal game against Montreal. So we'll see how that goes. 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific. We have 3 games starting at that time, beginning with Tampa Bay and LA. On January 9th, this game went to overtime. Tampa Bay won 3-2. I'm guessing we'll get at least overtime or a shootout in one of these 3 games. For the Tampa Bay Lightning, they're 38-25-6 overall. They're 7-2-1 in their last 10. They are 4 points ahead of Detroit in that first wild card spot. Kucherov, the leading scorer for them over the last month, 11 games, 5 goals, 22 assists, 27 points. Just insane. And Duclair, 5 games, 4 goals, 3 assists, 7 points. He's really enjoying himself in Tampa Bay. On the LA side of things, 36-22-11 overall. They're 6-3-1 in their last 10. They're 2 points ahead of Vegas in third spot in the division. Fiala, their leading scorer over the last month, 14 games, 8 goals, 9 assists, 17 points. Arvidsson came back in the last game. He got a goal and an assist. We'll see if he can score again in this one. And then at 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific as well, Chicago and San Jose. I really get a feeling this one goes to a shootout. It did on January 16th. It was a 2-1 win for Chicago. And then on March 17th, Chicago won 5-2. So the Hawks are going for a season sweep. Will San Jose avoid it? Chicago's 19-46-5 overall. They're 4-6 in their last 10. Bedard, 13 games, 4 goals, 11 assists, 15 points over the last month. He's been their leading scorer. Dickinson's scoring's dropped off. 13 games, 1 goal, 3 assists, 4 points for him. San Jose, 16, 46, and 7 overall. They're 1-8-1 over their last 10. Granlund leading him in scoring over the last month. 14 games, 4 goals, 10 assists, 14 points. Sturm, 14 games, 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points for Sturm. And then at 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific as well, Columbus and the Vegas Golden Knights, March the 4th. Columbus actually won this matchup 6-3. That was when Vegas looked like they might fall out of the playoffs altogether. Vegas is starting to get it together, I think. We'll see. So Columbus 23-35-12, coming off of a loss tonight against Colorado. Now they get Vegas. They go from one defending champion of 2022 to the defending champion of 2023. So that's not easy. 3-5-2 record over the last 10 for Columbus. Nylander, their leading scorer over the last month. Yeah, Alex Nylander. 13 games, 8 goals, 3 assists, 11 points. So both Nylanders leading their team in scoring over the last month. Boone Jenner, quiet by his standards, 14 games, 3 goals, 3 assists, 6 points, again over the last month. Vegas, 37, 25, and 7 overall. 4 and 6 over their last 10. They are 4 points clear, of course, of St. Louis for that last playoff spot, so they got to keep that difference. So are you cheering for Minnesota? I guess so. You just don't want that to go to overtime if you're a Vegas fan. Marchessault, the leading scorer for the Golden Knights over the last month, 12 games, 9 goals, 5 assists, 14 points. Nick Roy has really quieted down, 12 games, 1 goal, 4 assists, 5 points, but that's to be expected as the teams got healthier, and so his ice time will naturally get pulled back, or at the very least he's not in the same scoring situations. So let me know your picks. Who do you think's going to win on Saturday? Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe in the event you've not done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.